We're spectating duos, obviously, and he just finished getting 1 kill, but he didn't kill the teammate. So this is why he's sitting in the corner, reevaluating, reloading his gun, maybe even decide where he wants to go. He's got a scav he can do, but he does have enough money now to go to the buy. You have to remember, when you have an enemy player on the loose, right? When you kill one and there's another one nearby, there's one of two things they're doing. Either A, they're waiting for you to come out so they can camp you and kill you, or B, they're running to the buy station. So I definitely recommend going to the buy. But I would stay on high alert, just looking around, making sure no one's landing on me, making sure no one's pushing me, flanking me, and also on top of that, a third-party situation. I guess he's trying to decide if he wants to go for the scav or not. He might have gotten an alert. Explosions going out. Enemy on the rooftop. Seems like he's shooting at him with a pistol. I guess it's the guy we killed. He came back from the gulag, and now we're in a real unfortunate situation. So let's talk about that for a second. Whenever you guys are in that situation, I'm guessing the reason why I kept turning around was he got an alert that an enemy was incoming. This is just an unfortunate situation. We can sit here and say, go back to cover, don't go back to cover. But honestly, the second enemy happened to be posted in the exact same spot we needed to go. I'm guessing he knew we were going to go to the buy station. He decided to gatekeep us and cut us off as his teammate landed on the roof to essentially pinch us. You guys see that it landed back here on the mini map. I probably would have just taken the zip just to get better leverage, because when you go to low town, there's a lot of buildings, there's a lot of high ground, low ground, different spots. And you really want to assess the situation. These guys are clearly shooting on the minimap. So even though we know where the bounty is, we don't know where the second team is or possibility of even more teams. So again, I would take the zip, get to the rooftop so we can better assess the situation. All right, but we are going in. The bounty seems to be somewhere here around the tanks. Probably maybe on top. Nope, he's moving. I'll be honest, I don't like the delayed bounty system. I think it sucks. If I get a bounty, bro, let me know where he's at. All right, so we saw one enemy running. We have one falling in, and still, even though those two players are spotted, there were not gunshots being shot at them. So I do think there's 3 teams here. We got to be careful because the enemy did run to our left-hand side, and it does seem like World War III's popping off over here. Stun's going out as well. I do like the fact that green and yellow are kind of, nearby, but a little bit spread out so you can get 2 different angles on the enemy should someone peek. But I do think we're staying in our position a little too long. Again, we do have enough money for UAV. We could easily get a UAV and get this party started. All right, good kill on an enemy. Honestly, great challenge from the enemy as well. Decent movement coming out here trying to get the kill off, but to be fair, I mean, we just had a better gunny. So after this, noise has now been made. So if there are enemies nearby, they're probably going to know exactly where we're at. So once you get in a fight, loot up and change positions. I really don't like the fact that he killed the guy and just kind of sat there looking around, because again, one tap snipers, MTZs, the list goes on. You really put yourself vulnerable to a very easy kill. This as well. The idea of a player long floating in like this, for 4 years now, I've been preaching against it, guys. There's a certain altitude you just don't float in. When you just spawn in, you're high up in the air, by all means, look around, kind of scan, and get a little bit lower. But once you get about shooting range, you need to cut your shoot and just dive in and pull your shoot at the last second. Don't be afraid to break your ankles. It will happen. It will. But don't be afraid to break your ankles, because the 90% of the time it doesn't happen, you're going to benefit a lot from it. But okay, we have a double fight going on over here, and we're really hoping Quarter Pounder can handle this situation. We have a good angle. So if you look at this right now, we have basically Quarter Pounder covered, right? There is an audible the enemies could do to push Quarter Pounder because they know he's there, where we won't have an angle on them. That's really just wrapping around this way and pushing up through here. And to be fair, because they know we're on the rooftop and Quarter Pounder's in the building, if I was that duo, I would definitely take on these enemies one at a time, or again, try to shoot the guy on the rooftop at least. But apparently they don't like to shoot back. And a lot of people in the comments of a lot of YouTube videos are always like, I wish I had lobbies like this where the enemies don't shoot back. And you have to realize, like, yeah, most lobbies are fucking pretty body. But there are a lot of lobbies where enemies don't shoot back because you have them so pressed, they physically just panic and can't. You just like those enemies there, right? They were pressed. We were shooting at them. We had a good angle on them. We had the high ground, and they were just panicking. And I mean, you saw how they reacted. And if you can press even the best players, there are a lot of times they probably won't be shooting back because they're gonna be too busy trying to have some movement, work around, ooh, and maybe play it up and get away. Maybe play it up and change positions. All right, but so far, High Gun's actually should put on a little show, man. I like what I see. I like what I see. But again, dude, pay attention to that money. If whenever we have 6 grand or more and we're near a buy and we're in a hot area like this, just buy a UE so you don't have to ask yourself, where are the enemies? And if anybody here keeps saying this dumbass bullshit where people just always use ghosts, shut up. No. Okay, this can be bad. His controller must have died. Guys, if your controller dies on you a lot, check out aim controllers today if you're in the market for a new controller. Using code SAVAGE will save you a massive amount of money through the month of January. And guys, listen to these paddles. And if you've never used paddles before, trust me, I've been there. I know I was very skeptical on getting paddles. Promise you it's gonna be game changing. Being able to slide and jump while still keeping your fingers on the stick so you can turn and aim and all this stuff is amazing. It's crucial, and that's how most people are able to have their movement. But I will put the link in the description below, so check it out, guys. All right, so we are moving off now. And again, this is a pretty hot area. He went AFK, so we're not gonna talk about them overstaying and shit like that, but we're grabbing the big game bounty. Big game bounty will mark the biggest bounty in the game. And we have to kill Lula. So I'm assuming Lula and Breadman are in here. Let's see what happens, how they take these guys on. We have an enemy out in the open, clearly not part of that team unless they're split. Good pings by both teammates, everyone paying attention, everyone on the same page. Enemy on the left-hand side, good. What the? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna be honest. The enemy rapping like that must have seen us before. And that's why they rapped. Is the potential where the enemy could see us, right? There is a good chance when the enemy came out of there, they saw us running across, and maybe they peeked right here before they went. And that's why they rapped on us. It definitely looks sus as shit because they turned so fast on us. But I really think it was just the intel that they got, and that's why they kind of slid around the corner and started putting shots down range. I just wanted to see if he really did, because that was just, again, it was up there, man. It was up there. And again, a lot of the things you guys find sus, most of them are pretty explainable. I wouldn't say most. I'd say half. I'd say half. A lot of cheating bitches out here, bro. All right, now we're pushing Lula. We're trying to get closer to her. And again, notice the angle that she's got. Notice the vantage point she has. She's playing a heady. She's got a good escape to either direction. And still, with all the buildings, she can rotate on us should she get a knock. Now, whenever you're chasing a player down, whether you see their name or not, you always got to assume they're a good player. The amount of times I've died, and we've all died because we thought they were a bot, and then they shit down our throat, would blow your mind. Because Activision thinks that jailbreak should be the 30th way for people to come back in the game. We had a jailbreak, and we missed the fucking fight. All right, but here we are spectating Breadman and Lula. There are 10 enemy teams left, and they've got pings going out from Lula, who's giving, obviously, comms. Finishing off Lula's kill, we see an enemy jump down, and now we're chasing in. Now, because the enemy jumped off the cliff and is running back, they've now put themselves in the high ground. The amount of time it's going to take for them to get back up here is going to be a lot longer than us jumping to this ridge, which is why he just full sent this instead of playing it patiently, because there's really no reason to. Smokes or not, we have this beautiful ridge, and all we got to do is wait for the enemy to run out of the smoke, right? At most, you'll have 2 smoke, unless you're an absolute tryhard like me, and you carry way more than that. So most of the time, you just have to wait. Now, the fact that he smoked right there, you want to kind of like stagger your smokes. You want to smoke, and then right when it's clear, throw another smoke. Just try to avoid big ass gaps like this, especially if you're being actively chased. Come down here and finish off the kill, because everyone and their mom has self-reses. This isn't really a battle royale anymore. This is more of a team deathmatch with a battle royale aspect. Weird. But now we're moving on, still 10 teams up. Now, we do have big game bounties. We could pick one up just to find out, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be the big game of the lobby, so nothing will probably happen. But when it comes to slide canceling and having crazy movement, that is very important. It's probably one of the easiest things to learn. It's just developing the pattern and making it a habit. That's all it is, dude. That's all it is. Slide cancel, win a slide cancel, win a slide cancel and challenge, when not to slide cancel and challenge. How to break cameras to the best of our ability in this game, how to break angles, how to break through doorways, things like that. All you got to do is go into, you don't have to go to a custom match, just load up and play Warzone and start slide cancel. But again, if you get an aim controller or any controller with paddles, honestly, it's going to help you slide cancel. Like I said, you're not going to have to take your fingers off. So literally the only thing you're going to be doing is hitting slide and jump, slide and jump. And it becomes so instinctive, you're not even going to think about it. All right, but right now we're scanning around. Now, we don't know where any of the players are. There are 7 enemy teams left. We do have enough money for UAV, which I fully expect us to get. I guess Lula's AFK, got disconnected. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, nope, she's back. All right, and again, notice when he goes to the buy station, or he's about to, instead of just dolphin diving and just full sending it, he's scanning around, making sure there's no little peasant sitting on the rooftop in the windows, no glints anywhere. And again, you're not going to see everything. A lot of times you're going to scan, you're still going to get clapped. But I say 70% of the time, just doing a quick glance will help you decide if this buy is safe or not. And again, he does have a smoke too, so if he did see somebody there, he'd still probably sneak the buy with the smoke. UAV up, instantly turning around. Gotta be an enemy near here, right? if you're Zombie Man and you're paying hard-earned money for a skin, make sure you're not sitting still, not doing a damn thing. Come on, man. There's no reason for that. I mean, look at it. If he would have been paying attention, just looking or moving, he could have easily shot us as we were dolphin diving in, as we were parachuting in. There's no reason for him to be sitting here. There's no reason for him to be dead. If they just lose a gunfight as they shoot each other, fine. But this dude legitimately didn't shoot back. He had a panic attack and did a back jump, and that was literally it. And again, look, he could have shot us, bro. I don't know how long he was there for. I don't even know if we saw him coming in, but the fact that he was standing still, I'm pretty sure he had an angle on us at some point in time, especially when we were probably at the buy station. All right, again, utilizing balloons like we told the first team to do. And make sure you're taking balloons, guys. Don't be afraid to take them. Another bounty as well. And again, it's very simple. Just pick up bounties. It's amazing to me that end game people will just avoid picking up bounties and do any missions at all. I like that. So he throws down the smoke, throws the cluster, and what that does is prevents the enemies from actually pushing him, because again, we're at the lower ground and they're on the higher ground. So the moment that we got shot at, they really could have pushed us, but because of the cluster, it's going to make them think twice and probably going to create hesitation, or not. In all honesty, you want to try your best to try and create hesitation for the enemy squad. Now notice Lula. Lula is keeping watch on us. I'm not sure what angle she's at as far as height's concerned, but she's looking this direction, so I'm assuming she's going to try to help us out. Breadman is plated up. He does have munitions, so he probably could push that, and he honestly might. Lula's sitting in the top tower right now. What's wild to me is the fact that we're fighting these enemies. This dude can clearly hear us, and he's not worried about it at all. Not really too sure why he was focused on that fight right there, but that was probably the wrong idea. And just notice with Lula and Breadman with this team, they're pinging things, right? Lula has a whole vantage point to kind of give Breadman some insight on what the hell's going on, and she's throwing down as many pings as possible, trying to get live pings, I'm assuming, to help him out. Be a team player, guys. Stop just shooting at people, trying to get the kills for yourself. You don't want to tell your teammate because you don't want to stop that shit. Doesn't matter. But we do have 3 teams left, and again, the bridge is probably going to be your best spot. Maybe police station, actually. Never mind. Police station is a higher ground. Not by much, but it does have that little divot in the tower part of it. So with the police station, we get eyes on the bounty, who's still alive, by the way, and get eyes on the bridge. Now, the bridge, most of the time, I would tell you guys, that's going to be the position, unless there's a building higher up. And this is literally what I'm talking about right here. So this is a pretty easy hold, honestly, for both teams. The odds of the bridge being favored next zone is slim to 0. Now, the enemy over there is shooting at somebody, but I'm pretty sure both these guys are over here. Maybe Lula's getting shot at, but yeah, she is. She's losing health. And right now, Breadman's trying to watch 2 different directions, and Lula's got a perfect angle. Enemy behind the barricade, behind the vehicle, too. You can see his head peeking. Good hit. And to be honest, your job right now is just to hold the teams, right? As far as Breadman, Lula needs to jump off of here, but Breadman just got to hold both of these teams and not allow them to push him without him seeing. Because look at the distance right here. If one enemy comes across, if both of them come across, there's a chance one will survive, but we'll get one of them, right? So the moment that these guys decide to push, if Breadman's not paying attention, if his head's not on a swivel, he's going to miss the opportunity to get an easy kill. And vice versa with these guys. When they jump off the bridge, same situation. So he needs to just kind of keep checking both. And you see him on the mini map going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that's literally what you have to do. Notice Lula didn't just try to float to Breadman. She fell right down to the ground, pulled her chute at the last second, and decided to run the extra 5 feet. Seems stupid, but I see a lot of you guys Mary popping, floating like you're in a freaking Disney musical. Stop that shit. This is not a peaceful game. Okay, I think the enemies are still on the bridge. I doubt they jumped. I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. They did not seem capable at all. All right, good smokes by the enemies right here. Wish we had nades. It'd be a very nice nade to hit. Good live ping from Breadman. Ooh! All right, enemy peeking the car right here. Great shot right there. Love that. What's crazy to me is while we were fighting the enemies, they didn't jump off the bridge, right? If you're in a bad spot, you know you're gonna get pushed at, and there's only 3 teams left, and 2 of the teams are fighting, that's your chance to jump off the bridge and change your angle, change your position, or push the squad, right? Don't wait for them to be focused on you and be like, all right, it's all the play again. No, take advantage of the fact that they're distracted with each other. Still, they precisioned him and everything, and still he's like, I'm gonna stay on the bridge. Did you get backhanded it before you played today? What the hell was that? Again, you don't want people's attention to be on you. I know the world's about getting attention nowadays, but I'm telling you right now, you do not want attention on you. The moment they're distracted, go with your move. All right, so this is a 2-story building as far as internally. Of course, you have 2 levels on the roof as well. We could play this out to wait for gas, but I don't think they're going to do that. Lulu jumps down. I like the fact Breadman's holding the window. We heard somebody open a crate. It's kind of ballsy for Lulu to be laying prone right there, because if they were on the 2nd floor and they peeked that window, they could shoot her and kill her without Breadman having an angle on them just by standing back from the window. And now it's just a game of patience. So you might have 2 instincts: to sit up here and camp, or to push in and die. And to be fair, patience is the best, especially when you have a drone out, because you can kind of see what the enemies are doing. You know what floor they're on. So really all you have to do is wait for them to come out.
Moving.
The fact that enemies are camping in here definitely gives me a lot more hope that we're going to win the game. And also the fact they're separated. I mean, it's a 2v2 fight. I don't know why these guys... I think that was the guys we were spectating. I think that was High Gun.